backyard in Calgary, Alberta, with my wonderful, amazing son, Joey Mona. Get in the camera a little bit better. There we go. We had to do this live from my phone because it wasn't working on my computer. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Melina, does everything look good? Can you see me and hear me? Just wait and see who pops on. Yeah, just make sure you can hear me. Okay. Yeah?
I have an app.
Oh, of course. Of course. Anyways, what we wanted to talk today about was our road trip that Joey and I took for our birthdays. I promised my boys a one-on-one trip with their mom when they turned 21. And unfortunately, he turned 21 during the pandemic. So we finally got our road trip for my birthday. And so we flew into Phoenix. We grabbed a car at the Phoenix airport and we drove to Sedona, spent a couple days in Sedona. And we then, from Sedona, went and drove to the Grand Canyon, the most majestic place in the world. Hey, Joey, that was quite phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've never been to the Grand Canyon, definitely put that on your bucket list. And then the next bucket list place that we went to, was Antelope Canyon with the slot canyons. It's absolutely beautiful. If you've never seen the Antelope Canyon in Arizona, I highly, highly recommend that trip. It was definitely worth it. Including, we also had a breakdown on the side of the road where Joey got stuck changing the tire in 30-degree weather or more. Anyways, we made our way back to Phoenix after that. And by the grace of God, when we got to the airports, the flight was canceled. So I thought, oh my God, that's perfect, because the only other thing that I really wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to do was to try out the EE system, the energy enhancement system that the Scalar Healing Center in Scottsdale, Arizona has. And the EE system, if you've never heard of it, it is a system that was created by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, I believe. And Jason Shurka has collaborated with her to create all of these centers all across the world. And what the EE system is it uses scalar waves to create a morphogenic field, a healing field that you sit in, basically. And what you do, so what we experienced when we got there, it was this big room that had 4 towers, one in each corner. And they had everything from beds to massage chairs. So you just basically pick a chair and you sit there and you meditate. We did the 2-hour session. And so what I experienced, so when I went in, I could immediately feel the scalar waves. So it definitely changes the energy within the room that it is in. And it does, like I felt how I felt. It was definitely very relaxing. When I was in it, I felt like I was kind of floating in and out of this reality and in another reality. Very, very easy to meditate in that energy. And I could feel my body tingling, literally feeling like I'm lifting out of my body. So it was wonderful to meditate in. Now, the reason why I really wanted to check out the EE system was because I am a huge Rife therapy fan. That is actually how I got my life back. In 2009, I was very crippled, walking with a cane. I was 210 pounds. And life sucked. I was in chronic pain all the time. And unfortunately, Joey has been diagnosed with the same disorder. It's called erythromelalgia. He had, all my boys, ironically, all my boys that I've given birth to have erythromelalgia. So as a mom, you know, knowing that I've passed this down, I really, really wanted to get to the bottom of how to heal this, not just for myself, but for my kids, who it's a chronic pain that starts when you're very young. Like, I remember screaming in bed as early as 3 and 4 years old, and my mom massaging my legs. And so it's very, very painful. So the one thing that I noticed when I was in there, my legs didn't hurt. I felt very relaxed. And I had been complaining for like 3-4 days that I had this eye twitch that was really bugging me. Remember me mentioning that, the eye twitch? I noticed that my eye stopped twitching after that session. Now, here's the thing. Here's the pros and the cons, because I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you my experience, right? I'm not getting paid to promote the EE system whatsoever. So this is just my experience, because it's a brand new technology that is hitting the market really hard. And so I just wanted to let you know, what I experienced. I definitely loved the way I felt, and for the remaining of the day, I felt very relaxed, very chill, very level, and especially since our flight kept getting delayed hours and hours and hours, I was fine with that. It felt really good. However, I didn't like how it was a really big room with up to 30 people sitting in it with you, because people were snoring, people farting in the corner, and moving in the massage chairs. The massage chairs were a little bit loud, so it was kind of hard to stay fully in when you can hear everyone else around you. And the other thing too was people were coming and going out of the room, so I found that kind of distracting as well. Now, let's get to the technology, and I'm going to ask you what you experienced. But let's get to the technology for a second. Scalar waves are phenomenal, but they are generalized frequencies that are beneficial to the body. That's what the EE system is. You're sitting in a morphogenic field of beneficial frequencies that will help to heal anything and everything, including your dog. However, what I absolutely love about Rife Therapy is that it does all that and more. Those are generalized frequencies. So when you have a specific ailment, this is where Rife Therapy differs. You've got over 40,000 different channels that you can choose from. So there's everything from leukemia, breast cancer, warts, herpes, energy, depression, anxiety, MS, Kira's dad, Parkinson's. When we put him on the bed, he completely stopped shaking the minute we applied the Parkinson's frequencies to his body. So for me, think of it this way. The EE system is like taking a multivitamin when you need to be taking tamoxifen, right? If you've got cancer, you need to use the cancer frequencies, not just a beneficial multivitamin, right? This is gonna help everybody, yes. But with Rife Therapy, the thing that I love is that it targets exactly what's going on in me. We are all different, right? No two bodies are the same. So nothing is going to give you the same results. You need those individualized frequencies. So in Calgary, I have a Rife Therapy clinic. My son Zach runs the clinic, and we use targeted frequencies for your ailments. Because if someone has MS, they need the frequencies for MS, not just a multivitamin that's going to help everything in my dog, if that makes sense. So I still, although I had a wonderful experience, it definitely works. I felt energized, clarity, what else? A tingly, it was great. But I feel that when I use my Rife machine. And then when I combine my vibroacoustic sound healing table to it, I have the frequencies of the music also going through my body, not just the Rife machine frequencies. The other thing too is that they have 4 towers, one in each corner. And it does it by proxy, right? So you're sitting in the soup of the frequencies. However, with Rife therapy, it's applied like where you're literally holding the poles and it's going right through your body. And it's literally targeting the areas and the ailments, the exact areas and ailments that you're suffering from. So for my erythromelalgia, I was using literally hereditary sensory neuropathy frequencies that were actually part of the frequencies that the machine comes with. Like, it is so cool how many frequencies are programmed into a Rife machine. So for me, it was a wonderful experience, but I would rather go with Rife therapy that can target exactly what I'm looking for instead of a generalized beneficial frequency. I like to target exactly what's going on in my body. So Joey, this is my middle baby Joey. Yeah, what did you experience?
It was quite relaxing, honestly. I thought it was like what you said. You came out very leveled, very very relaxed. Yeah, I myself haven't experienced really any pain since then. I've been honestly, it felt like a nice shroud of relaxation, honestly, coming out of there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a few distractions, like people getting up, getting in and out of the room. Also, just the sound of a leather couch,
Yeah.
just people moving around. But I mean, other than that, it was still quite easy to get back into that zone, back into that meditative space. And honestly, it was a really awesome experience, and I do plan on either making some form of return or something, because I know I'm going back to Arizona for sure.
Yeah. We had the best trip ever. You want to show them our matching tattoos? You want me to show
Oh
them our
yeah.
We got matching tats.
Yeah.
Best mother-son trip ever. Hey, that was the best. I had the
Oh, yeah.
greatest time. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some of your questions here, if you have any for me. So Melina asks, what is your price range for Rife therapy at your Calgary clinic, and do you have any promotions at the moment? Actually, yes, we charge, it's $85 an hour. We just had a promotion for $60 for 60 minutes. What it is those targeted frequencies that you specifically need, plus the vibroacoustic sound healing table. So, which I honestly find more powerful. Like, you got to come in and try it. If you've never tried Rife therapy, oh my God, come and try it. It is by far the best therapy I've ever come across. You walk out of there feeling like every single cell in your body has been massaged. Relaxation, very heightened relaxation. Plus, you're in a room by yourself, a beautiful room by yourself. You're not in a room.
No distractions.
Yeah, with 30 other people. I didn't like that. So if you want my honesty, I didn't like being in a room with 30 other people, and them coming and going and the noise factor. But the technology, so the other thing that I noticed, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but the other thing that I noticed is that when I looked at the technology, it looks like TV screens, like 4 TV screens in a box that's playing, or computer screens. And I noticed that the screens were Asus screens. Asus screens. So for people who know TVs and computer screens and stuff, that's not the greatest name for that technology. I don't know if that matters or not. Hopefully they have a warranty, because every Asus product that I've had has crapped out on me. So
Same.
yeah, right? Right? They don't even last 6 months. But
Yeah.
anyways, I could definitely feel what they were pumping out, from the screens. But then here's my other question. It's a bunch of technology. How much EMF is coming from that stuff? Because it's 4 computer screens per side. right? And then plugging all that in. Plus, you know, I don't know if it's a CD player that they're just plugging in the background or whatnot, but it looked like a lot of EMF. So I don't know. Maybe, you know, if you know better, more about the EE system, correct my way of thinking by all means. I'd love to hear more about the technology and the actual technology and how it works. So, okay, do the frequencies of other people coincide with the frequency treatments for EE? So here's the thing, we're all getting treated for the same thing in one big room, right? And so each person is going to get something different from it if they're vibrating at different levels, right? And I'm very, very sensitive to people's energy, especially strangers' energy. I can feel, you know, it's my job is to feel. So especially when I want to turn it off, I'd rather have that room to myself if that was possible, you know, instead of people coming in and out and things like that. So, but when we're all being treated with the same beneficial frequencies, I don't know, you know, I think that I would assume it would be different for everyone. Steve says, high cost. I also noticed $40,000 Canadian. Yeah, no, it's more than that from my Chinadian. You noticed that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yes, Steve, we live in China. But yeah, actually, I think it's more than that. I think it's more than 40,000 from what I heard from one of my clients that was looking into bringing it in. It's about, I think, depending on how many of the units you want, it's actually between about 150,000 to 250,000. So they're asking a lot of money when a Rife machine is under $5,000. Like that's a lot of money when a Rife machine and a MOPA, you know, can actually do the same thing, but better because it's targeting your actual ailments instead of just giving you generalized frequencies. So Sonia says, ultimately, it's all money, the way things are being promoted and pushed. Absolutely, Sonia. I have to agree with you. And when they're charging that much money for Asus screens, I hope Jason doesn't get mad at me for speaking this, but it's my truth. I'm telling you my truth, right? It's just the things that I noticed that I went, okay, if I'm spending $100,000 or more, I don't want Asus screens, right? It's one of the cheapest screens out there. So Steve says 3,500 for my GB4000 and my amplifier. So what I'm actually thinking of doing in the studio is bringing in 4 MOPAs. And in my meditation studio where we have 30 people all in one room, well, that room, my meditation space, it's all about frequencies to begin with. If you've noticed that big hologram that I project on my wall when I'm doing my meditations and stuff, there's tons of healing frequencies that are embedded into that hologram. Then I also have my meditation pyramid, which is specifically, there's specific frequencies embedded into that whole pyramid that I have. As well as I've done the Rife machine, you know, in the room as well. And so I'm just thinking of bringing in more Rife because that's where I've seen, like if you guys would have seen me in 2009, you would not recognize me. I look younger, I feel healthier, I have more energy, all of that. Rife therapy gave me my life back. It really, really did. So if you've never heard of Rife therapy, Dr. Royal Rife was the creator of this machine. And the easiest explanation I have is if you think of the way doctors get rid of kidney stones these days, they use frequencies to blast them. They use their own frequencies of the kidney stone. They throw the frequencies at it, it oscillates, it blows up, and you pee it out. Anything including cancer cells can be shattered using resonance frequency. Doctors know this, but there's not a whole lot of money in healing people nowadays, so we have to heal ourselves. We have to take responsibility for our own healing and find a way to make ourselves better. And I gotta tell you, Rife therapy completely pain-free. You do not feel the frequencies going through you at all. Why not? Why wouldn't you heal pain-free? Sitting there watching a movie or sitting there meditating and using the vibroacoustic sound healing table. Thank you, Melina. She says my studio is amazing. Ah, thank you, Lori. I gotta say my studio is my second home. I love it. Ah, Care Bear Gratitude. Your studio is so beautiful and calming. Thank you, guys. Thank you, because I want it to be the most healing atmosphere that I can provide for you guys. So Care Bear Gratitude says, how often do you need to use Rife? Well, it really depends. It really depends on what you're treating. So for example, there was a lady with a huge wart on her chin, and she tried for years, doing the freezing and doing the laser and everything, kept coming back. So she came in for Rife. All it took was 3 treatments. I wish I could show you on my phone, but I'm actually taping this on my phone because the computer wouldn't work. But 3 treatments and it fell off and never came back, no scarring, no nothing. Because what it's doing is it's killing the virus that's creating the outbreak. Therefore, it's cutting off the food supply and the thing just dies because there's nothing feeding it anymore, right? It's brilliant. This technology, as a retired nurse, I'm telling you, this technology is absolutely brilliant. And it's been around since, I believe, the 1940s is when Royal Rife was alive and created this. And the FDA just went after him lock, stock, and barrel and totally destroyed him. But his technology's out there and it's saving lives. So it really depends on what you're treating, because one lady, like I said, 3 treatments and the wart fell off, never came back. I had another lady who had a wart on her finger and on her foot, and she took longer. I think she took 8 treatments. So it really depends on your body and how quickly and easily you respond to the treatments. But we'll say I'm putting you on there for relaxation and anti-anxiety, you're gonna feel like you took an Ativan. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, I don't wanna get up. You feel it right away, depending on what you're treating. However, if we'll say, treating someone for cancer, that's going to take a lot more, and they would be in every day. There's protocols that you have to do for certain things. So like, for example, with cancer, you want to kill the cancer, then you want to heal and treat and detox. So it's a whole protocol thing that you got to do if it's something big like that. So it really depends. But the more you use Rife, the more that ailment is going to become less and less within your body, because it's giving your body the beneficial frequencies that it needs to get out of that pain. Sorry, am I kicking you off again?
No. It's
Sorry.
all good.
Okay, let me see, Steve. I only did because I had it turned up full blast until you mentioned 3/4. Yeah, you don't want to go past the 3/4 mark on the machine. Ah, Lori says, I can't wait to come back and work with you. I love it. Yeah, she says she's seen the images and the results are amazing. They really are. So if you're ever in Calgary, come try Rife therapy and vibroacoustic sound healing. That I definitely would say it's absolutely comparable to what I experienced, but the benefits outweigh sitting in a room with 30 other people, people coming in and out. It's not targeted frequencies, and that's what we need. If someone has a specific virus, like we even have the COVID frequencies for that. So it's what do you need to target, right? I would rather target what's happening inside of me, if I'm dealing with a specific ailment, like we'll say thyroid or high blood pressure. I would rather target that than to just take a multivitamin, because the way I look at it is the EE system is like a multivitamin. Rife therapy is like taking the exact medication that you need. So that's the difference. Anything you wanted to add? It was
Honestly,
cool, though. It was a
cool
beautiful
experience.
center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very kind people as well too that run the
Yes.
center.
Yeah.
And honestly, just a very overall relaxing experience.
and where we went, it was the Scalar Healing Center in Scottsdale, Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful staff, beautiful space, gorgeous space. So if you ever get to Scottsdale and want to give it a try, definitely give it a try. Oh yeah, and Steve says he's used Rife therapy for hangovers, and I know because he told me, he's like, this is dangerous because it works.
Yeah.
So I thank you so much for joining me here today and listening to me rant about our road trip and our experience with the EE system. I wanted to share, yes, it's legit, it works. I felt it, and yeah, it was a great experience. But like I said, when I compare it with Rife therapy, that I can actually target my specific neuropathy plus relax and feel like I'm walking out on a cloud when I leave the bed, I'd rather have the privacy of the one-on-one. So price point, Melina had asked about that. So I think we paid, they are charging $65 US, or was it 75? $65 US an hour per person. If you're a unified member, you get it for 55, I believe. And because of my association with Unified, she gave us the discount, which was great. But yeah, I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather target my specific stuff than just an overall healing, you know. So it really depends on what you're looking for, you know, and how deep, what does your body need, right? If it's just relaxation and deeper meditation that you're looking for, and, you know, overall healing, go try out the EE system. It's not a waste of time. It's definitely not a waste of money. It definitely works. Angel, I did the 2-hour session. We both did the 2-hour session. Yeah, that was a beautiful experience, but I like my Rife therapy. It does it for me. It's healed me. I am walking testimony for Rife therapy, and so is my family. We've used it for everything. And yeah, it's our medicine. And I gotta say, medicine of the future, it is frequencies. It is. So the more you know about this stuff, the more you can stand in your power and not have to rely on a medical system that just wants to line their pockets. So anyways, okay guys, I'm out. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be going live. I got to get back doing my meditations for humanity, my prayers and meditation for humanity. I have a story with that when the next time I do it. I took a little bit of a break from it, and I'll tell you why at my next one. But keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, Patricia Mona, Intuitive Consulting. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, and share the video. I just hope Jason's okay with what I had to say. It's my truth, though. It's my truth. Okay, guys. Take care. God bless. Bye for now. Uh-oh. How do I end this? I've never ended one before. Want to see my backyard?
Oh.
I'll show them my backyard. We'll see my backyard. It's really pretty. I'll show you my backyard. My husband made me a river. Isn't it pretty? Here's my river. Okay, I gotta figure out how to shut this off. Bye guys. Love you.